What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode of How to Drink with Nikki and T. And today Nikki's gonna show us how to make a delicious cocktail that you probably never had before, but that you really need to be drinking like right now.
Exactly. I think the dude had about 50 million of these in his life.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, sure, White Russian.
But we're gonna make them a little different, so.
Oh yeah. What's the drink of the day?
We're going to be making White Russian, which was made very popular by the dude.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here.
The Big Lebowski, one of the greatest movies of all time. I have gotten very drunk drinking White Russians and playing Movie Buzz, so there's an annotation somewhere if you want to check that out. Apparently this is way better than the White Russians that we were drinking on that episode.
We're gonna just do it a little different. Might as well change it up. You have the opportunity to. You have all the stuff and you're the boss, so. Well, I'm the boss, so.
She's the boss.
I get to do what I want.
She just hands me things and I drink them and it works out for both of us. My life has had many upgrades since Nikki has become a part of it.
So let's talk a little bit about White Russians, and more importantly, let's talk a little bit about coffee liqueur, and more specifically, let's talk about Galliano coffee liqueur. Galliano is a company that was created in 1896 by an Italian brandy distiller. He created the original Galliano, which was yellow in color, to represent the gold rushes of the 1890s.
I thought it was meant to represent the golden showers of my last weekend.
T, you are into some fun stuff. I had no idea.
I think I have that right though.
How am I not invited to these things? I feel so left out right now.
Well, you gotta get on MySpace.
So Galliano Ristretto is a gorgeous coffee liqueur made by this company. It's not exactly coffee though, it's a ristretto, meaning it's espresso liqueur.
Oh,
so
hello.
It has cocoa powder, and that ground espresso smell is the flavor of this. And so it's super dry and works really wonderful with a cream cocktail. You don't want a super sweet cream cocktail.
No.
You want a dry cream cocktail.
Yeah, because then, as we learned on the episode of Movie Buzz, you're basically just drinking milkshakes all day. So this sounds like a much, much needed improvement.
Galliano bottles, they are very gorgeous. I have the small version, but they make a large version that's supposed to look like an Italian pillar. But to every bartender, they look like a pain in the ass.
That would hurt in your ass, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen them at bars and like they always look very out of place.
They're like a baseball bat. I think if your bar customers act up, you just like, you know.
It's perfect for bludgeoning.
Yeah, great for bludgeoning.
And ass play.
So let's talk about White Russian, how it all came about.
This could be a lot more complex. I mean, it's not just, it might not be just such a simple, you know?
So the first version of the cocktail that I found was the Russian cocktail. Russian cocktail was vodka, gin, and creme de cacao, which sounds disgusting. You're gross Russian cocktail. So we had the Russian, now we have the Black Russian. Black Russian, they took out the gin, thank God. So now we just have creme de cacao and vodka. Then we are moving on. Now this is the version right before White Russian. We have the Russian Bear. The Russian
Pretty sure
Bear,
that's a gay club in West Hollywood.
It should be, because that is a brilliant name for a gay club.
I'm pretty sure I've been there.
The Russian Bear was an earlier version of the White Russian where they used coffee liqueur. I think that they started using Kahlua at this point.
You have any Kahlua?
You have your vodka, you have your cream, but then they also added sugar to it, which, oh my God, why do you need to add sugar to this cocktail? We don't want to lose our foot to diabetes here. So we created the White Russian. White Russian then came about. Let's just take out the sugar, and there you go. So this is a sugar-free Russian Bear.
Excellent. I'm gonna keep my feet.
Tea has very nice feet, by the way.
They're great.
If you're a foot person, you might love tea.
Yeah.
I just thought
you
it
want
was...
to my feet, subscribe to Taste It.
Exactly.
All right, so we've covered the golden showers and the gay clubs in West Hollywood, and now we are at the White Russian.
The White Russian. It's a really simple cocktail to make at home, fast. So let's make one, and let's make one the way that I make one at my bars, which is a little different and will be very impressive if you have guests over, by the way.
Yes.
Let's start out here with our Galliano Ristretto. We're gonna do 1.5 ounces of this guy. And then we're gonna do 1.5 ounces of vodka. I like Kettle One, so I think a lot of people do. In we go. Let's grab some ice and then we're gonna stir.
All right.
Now that we got some ice, let's stir our cocktail. And we're gonna want to get this to full dilution. Since we're putting it up in a martini glass, it needs to be as cold as it's possibly going to get. I know that this is supposed to be on the rocks in a heavy based glass, but since it's my version, I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to. So we're gonna see the glass start to frost over. That means that usually your cocktail is good to go. Got our julep strainer. We're just gonna put that like this, and we're going to pour this into our martini glass.
So at this point, what we actually have is a Black Russian.
Yes, but we are going to make it white.
Yeah.
Right now. So we got a little squeezy bottle. You can use any size. I like the bigger ones because it has more room for air. And I'll
Size queen.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, unless you're like this, don't ask.
It's not gonna happen.
We're going to pour cream in here up to about there in your bottle.
About an inch. This is the only time where 1 inch is fine.
Exactly. So let's put the top back on the bottle. We're gonna put our finger over this because you don't want the spraying everywhere.
Yeah, unless you're trying to skeet your cream all over the room, make sure you cover the top.
Make sure you cover the top. And you are going to shake weight this mother.
You've done this before, internet.
It takes a minute. Men get really excited when I do this at the bar.
They start making their own cream.
So you're gonna hear it actually get solid at some point. This whole process is like very over-sexualized, and I realize this. But we're gonna hear it, you can actually hear it start to stop. It's whipped, but only to like a cake batter consistency.
Okay.
That's key, so it needs to be a little runny.
So not too thick.
Not too thick.
Don't pump off for too long, otherwise you'll ruin everything.
Yeah, exactly. T, I love you. We're gonna layer this on the top of the cocktail on the back of our spoon. So.
I love any drink where they do the back of the spoon thingy. It's just so fancy.
It makes layering easy, and
it looks so cool. It looks like a little cake.
Yeah, that's kind of how this is supposed to look like. I liked this method. I thought it was a beautiful way to present this cocktail. I love the idea, again, of having it in this gorgeous glass, and also kind of getting the layers as you drink it. You're gonna get a really wonderful milk mustache, or cream mustache, if you will. And you're gonna get the dryness of the vodka and the dryness of the Galliano Ristretto. It's just a cooler way to do it. Might as well, if you can. So here you go, T. You know, the fun part of the show.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna wanna suck kind of hard.
Done that before. That is so good. That's the best White Russian I've ever had.
Well, thank
by far.
you.
Well, that's it for us today. Tune in next week to watch me get more cream on my face.
Oh.
And subscribe to Taste It, where every Thursday Nikki's gonna show us how to make really, really good drinks.
Fantastic. And also, if you want to learn how to make a certain drink, why don't you leave it in the comment section, and then maybe we'll make a show about it.
Yeah.
And I can teach you how to do it properly.
Unlike the DJ at the club, we are taking requests. So let us know what you guys wanna see.
Is that the club at the Russian Bear?
Yeah, he's horrible. It's nothing but Latin techno all night.